If you ever see a car driving through the desert at night with no headlights on, do not follow it, do not flash your lights at it, and whatever you do not stop to help, because in the July of 2019, 3 friends made that exact mistake near the dunes outside Dubai, and only one of them came back, and he has never spoken a single word about what happened since. It started as an ordinary weekend trip. Faisal, Ahmed, and Rania, 3 college friends who worked in Dubai and loved off-roading, decided to take Faisal's white Toyota Land Cruiser deep into the desert for a late-night dune bashing session, the kind of thing tourists pay hundreds of dirhams for, but they did for free every few weekends because Faisal knew the terrain like the back of his hand. They left the city around 9 at night, blasting music, laughing, filming reels for Instagram, completely unaware that they were driving straight towards something that had been waiting in that desert for a very long time. By 11, they were deep past the marked trails in a stretch of dunes that even GPS struggled to map properly. Faisal wanted to show them a spot he had found a few months earlier, a flat clearing between the dunes where, he said, the stars looked closer than anywhere else in the UAE. They found the clearing, parked the car, turned off the engine, and sat on the hood, passing around a thermos of karak chai, joking about ghost stories, the way people always do right before something goes horribly wrong. Rania was the one who first noticed it. A faint light, far off in the distance, flickering low near the horizon, moving slowly, side to side, like a car crawling over the dunes with only one headlight working. At first they assumed it was another group of off-roaders, maybe lost, maybe looking for the same clearing. Faisal flashed his headlights twice, the universal desert signal for a "we see you, we're friendly." But the light in the distance did something none of them expected. It went completely dark. Not because it drove behind a dune, not because it turned. It simply vanished, as if someone had switched it off the instant Faisal's lights touched it. The 3 of them sat in silence for a moment, and Ahmed, trying to lighten the mood, joked that maybe it was a Djinn checking them out, and everyone laughed, but the laugh was thinner than before, quieter, the kind of laugh people give when they're trying to convince themselves they're not scared. They decided to head back early. Faisal started the engine, and that's when the temperature gauge on the dashboard started climbing, fast, way too fast for a car that had been running fine the entire trip. And within 2 minutes, smoke began curling out from under the hood, forcing Faisal to pull over in the middle of nowhere in pitch darkness, with only the moon and a slowly dying flashlight app on Ahmed's phone. Faisal popped the hood, and immediately his face changed. The radiator hose had been cut, cleanly, almost surgically, not torn, not worn out, cut, as if by a blade, and none of them had gotten out of the car since they left the clearing. While Faisal tried to figure out what to do, Rania noticed something in the side mirror, a figure, standing maybe 200 meters away, at the top of a dune, perfectly still, silhouetted against the moonlight, too tall to be a person, its proportions slightly wrong, arms just a little too long, head tilted at an angle no human neck could comfortably hold. She didn't scream. She couldn't. Her throat locked up completely, and all she could do was grab Ahmed's arm and point, and when he turned to look, the figure was gone, not walked away, not ducked behind the dune, simply gone, the way a shadow disappears when you turn on a light. They piled back into the car, deciding that a broken radiator was better than staying outside a second longer, and Faisal tried the engine. It started, which made no logical sense given the state of the radiator, but none of them questioned it. They just wanted to move. As they drove, the headlights began flickering. The radio turned on by itself, tuning through static until it landed on a single frequency playing what sounded like a woman humming an old Bedouin lullaby, slow, mournful, and completely out of place, given there should have been no signal at all that deep in the desert. Ahmed reached to turn it off, and the volume spiked violently for exactly 3 seconds before cutting to dead silence. And in that silence, Rania, sitting in the back seat, felt something brush against the back of her neck, cold, like fingers made of dry wind, and when she spun around, the back seat beside her, where there had been nothing, no one, now had a shape sitting in it. a shape made of shifting sand and shadow, with no face, only 2 points of dim amber light where eyes should be, watching her. And this time, she screamed, and Faisal, terrified, slammed on the accelerator without even knowing which direction he was driving. The Land Cruiser fishtailing wildly over the dunes at a speed that should have flipped the vehicle a dozen times over, yet somehow, it didn't. Ahmed turned around to see what Rania was screaming at, and by the time he looked, the back seat was empty again. But Rania would not stop screaming, pointing not at the seat now, but out the rear windshield, where the single headlight vehicle from earlier had reappeared, no longer far away, but directly behind them, gaining, impossibly fast for something moving through soft sand, its one headlight burning an unnatural shade of red rather than white. Faisal pushed the car harder, weaving between dunes he couldn't fully see, guided only by instinct and blind panic. And for nearly 10 minutes, that red light chased them, never gaining, never falling behind, always exactly the same distance, until suddenly, Ahmed noticed something worse. Rania had gone completely silent. Not calm, silent in a way that felt wrong, her eyes wide open, staring straight ahead, mouth slightly open, unmoving, unblinking. And when Ahmed said her name, she didn't respond. And when he touched her shoulder, her skin was ice cold despite the desert heat still lingering in the July night air. Faisal, glancing in the rear-view mirror, saw the red light finally start to fall back, growing smaller and smaller until it vanished entirely. And the moment it disappeared, Rania blinked, gasped like she'd been underwater, and asked in a shaking voice why everyone was staring at her with absolutely no memory of the last 15 minutes. They made it back onto a paved road roughly 40 minutes later, shaken, silent, none of them willing to say out loud what they had just seen, as if speaking it would make it real, would make it follow them home. Faisal dropped Ahmed off first, then Rania, and drove home alone that night. The next morning, Ahmed called Faisal's phone. No answer. He called again in the afternoon. Nothing. By evening, Rania and Ahmed were banging on Faisal's apartment door, and when a neighbor let them in using a spare key, they found Faisal's Land Cruiser parked perfectly in the building's basement garage, engine cold, radiator hose completely intact as if it had never been cut at all, doors locked from the inside, and no sign of Faisal anywhere in the apartment, his phone sitting on the kitchen counter, fully charged, with one single unsent text message typed out in the Notes app, reading only. The light isn't following the car, it's following whoever looked at it. Faisal was reported missing that same night. Search parties combed the dunes for nearly 2 weeks. His car was tested, examined, checked for GPS data, and investigators confirmed the vehicle's last recorded location matched exactly the clearing where the 3 friends had first stopped to drink chai and look at the stars, despite the fact that Faisal had driven home alone, dropped off 2 friends, and parked in his own basement garage that night, according to 3 separate eyewitnesses and building security footage.